Brett, oh Brett, where are you going? Booker T chimes in on the Cody leaving AEW, and a intricate part of NXT has left forever. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just another effing podcast. Hit the music. Coming to you live from the effing Worldwide Media Studios, located in parts unknown. It's just another effing podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on
in case
when
I
where you're
don't see you, what's the next line?
in case I don't see you, have a good evening. That Truman Show, damn it. Welcome to season 2, episode 17. George Penning, what is up with you, my friend? As always, we love having our friends chime in on the YouTube gimmick, if you will.
And you're part of the show. Every time you do that, you are becoming more famous.
Yes, you are becoming infamous, if you will. Infamous, damn it.
Did you play that video game, Infamous?
I did play that video game.
That was a great game. The first one, especially.
Yeah, it was really good. I just started playing Dead Space for the first time in like years.
Introduce yourself, JFB. We got to do that.
Oh, yeah. So for those who don't know, I'm not from Brockton, damn it. I'm the JFB James from Boston.
And I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch on Canada Dry, damn it.
Oh, yeah. Canada Dry goes down smooth and tastes even better with some poutine, my friend. Poutine.
Breakfast champion. Canada Dry. I'm loving it.
So we got a good show today. I know we have a good show. I am so excited because a lot of it stemmed from a phone call that we got, and we'll get into that in a second. And we'll get into the news and the other segment, but we have another segment. We have our friend Kenny, and Kenny wants to do kind of like a week in rewind, if you will. That's the name of the segment. He's going to kind of talk about the
he's
week
backstage right now. Let's get a look at Kenny.
Yeah, let's get. He's in the green room. Let's. Oh, hey, Kenny, dude. I am sorry, man. We're out of. We don't have the time. This is such a huge show. We're going to push him back. We'll have him on next week for sure. Kenny, we love you. I know you want to do this segment, but we can't go into anything because we got to get right to the news. The news. Everything that's fit to talk about that happened over the last week. Always a day late and $1 short for the JFB and Canada Dry, but we're going to do it and give our take on it. First one is 5-time or 7-time former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Kushida left New Japan, came over to America, went to NXT, won the Cruiserweight title, and now he's gone. No word whether it was the WWE doing this or if it was Kushida. But he's no longer there, which means that maybe at this show that we're going to talk about, he might show up. AEW and New Japan.
I'm counting on it. This is going to be exciting.
Yes, I love Kushida. I love the Time Splitter. He is awesome. I'd love to see him and Alex Shelley tag again. They were a great tag team. LA Knight has left NXT. He got promoted from being a wrestler in NXT to being a manager on SmackDown.
Oh, this
Uh,
feels like the Adam Cole treatment. Are they going to call him Budge?
I have no idea what they're going to call him. And as far as I know, these are all on dark tape. These are all dark matches, but he's got a faction, a heel faction called the LA, the LA Knight Modeling Agency. And here's his two first clients, Mace, who used to be in Retribution, and Mansoor, the two, probably the two ugliest guys on SmackDown roster, but they are part of the LA Knight Modeling Agency. So go figure. So we have conflicting news. Earlier this week, it was reported by the Wrestling Observer that Bret Hart quietly signed a contract with WWE. You go ahead and chime in. What did Dave Meltzer do?
Okay, so today he refuted that, his own statement, by saying he talked to Bret and he asked Bret, can you actually go to Double or Nothing and be part of the Owen Hart Cup? And he said, AEW hasn't asked me. And, you know, I kind of have that. Okay, I'm having a hard time believing both of them because they're tributing Bret Hart every episode and they haven't asked him.
Yeah. I think this is kayfabe. I think this is Bret living kayfabe.
Well, either it's Bret, you know, messing with Meltzer, and us, or Meltzer's lying.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
we'll find out Double or Nothing.
Here's my editorial, if you will. Don't believe the dirt sheets 100% of the time. There's a reason why there's a shirt that you can buy on Pro Wrestling Tees called F. Dave Meltzer. There's a reason why. So he's not right all the time. He's a great historian.
Not that I know of. We're hoping that we get an in-ring sort of hug or something from that. Would be that's my ideal thing.
Yeah, there's acrimony in that family. As with any family, there's always acrimony somewhere. So
I feel like Meltzer's covering his ass because if he gets the first one right, he can say I'm right. He gets this one right, he can say I'm right. So who
knows?
And I feel that's why Dave Meltzer's right half the time because he does stuff like this.
He posts it, he reports it, and then he denies it. Booker T says that the internet fans actually coordinated to get Cody out of AEW. Booker T is always the consummate WWE soldier. That will never change until WWE fires him. And then it's going to be, I hate WWE. But for right now, he's a faithful soldier. He's following protocol, which is to hype up WWE.
Okay, let's look at that quickly. You got the most hated man at AEW at the time, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Getting booed on TV. His wife's getting booed.
Yep.
There's no way they're helping him with anything. They just, they wanted him to turn heel, if anything.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either. I'm not buying that book. Brooke Hogan recently asked, why is there not a union? And the fact remains is that until either AEW or WWE do it, because they're right now the two largest promotions in North America, there will never be a union. And I can rest assured that until Vince dies, he is not going to unionize wrestlers.
Well,
and if they try to unionize, he's going to whack them.
If you had unions outside of WWE, it would put the pressure on like crazy because WWE wrestlers would be seeing this stuff in AEW and all over New Japan and everywhere. It would put a lot of pressure on WWE if that happened.
Yeah. Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti are turning heel. I don't like it. I like Sammy as a heel, but not this type of heel. He's a swarmy, shitty little heel. I'm not digging the heel turn, especially with Tay Conti. It doesn't make sense. So, your thoughts on Mr. Guevara and Tay Conti doing the about face?
Well, they needed to because they were getting a lot of heat. So Sammy shows up with the bit of scruff on his face, and he's wearing the Seth Rollins style jacket. But I'm a little confused why they're still feuding with Scorpio Sky and them, because it's unless
it was a double turn.
Unless
Scorpio Sky's a face now.
unless there's a slow turn for Sammy and Tim.
Yeah. AJ Francis, otherwise known as Top Dollar, might be heading to Impact. He talked about during WrestleMania weekend that Impact was at a hotel and that they've had talks, and which is kind of weird because technically he is still contracted to host season 2 of Hidden Treasures on A&E. I, for one, would like to see Top Dollar anywhere. That guy is amazing.
He is oozing charisma. He's got the size. It should be interesting what happens with the Hidden Treasures. Maybe that leads to a return to WWE. I don't know.
Maybe. I'd love to see him go anywhere. Impact would be cool. AEW would be cool. New Japan would be cool. I want Paige Van Zandt in-ring debut soon as well. I just want to see Top Dollar wrestle. I don't care where it is. It could be in the backyard of a 7-Eleven. I don't care. I want to see him do it.
Welcome, Daniel Smith. He's new to AFW chat.
Yeah, Daniel Smith, welcome. He's new to AFW. Welcome to the podcast. We love having our friends and family and fans interact with us. So one last bit of news, and that would be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Recently said on a podcast that if they wanted him to wrestle at WrestleMania 39, he'd do it. I personally thought the match was a good match. I really enjoyed the match with him and Kevin Owens. I thought it was really. It's not a 5-star match. Owens did what he needed to do, but for the most part, yeah. I mean, it was good to see Stone Cold in decent shape, actually pulling off some moves, wrestling like Stone Cold does, which is punch, kick, stun, drink, done. You don't need more than that.
From his perspective, he must have had the time of his life.
Oh, yeah.
Doing it again. So if, doing it again against someone like Kevin Owens would be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's before we get to the main event here, I love Stone Cold, but he could show up in his listen, Stone Cold could show up at a bar mitzvah. Okay, Stone Cold stunned the rabbi. Stone Cold stunned the newer adult with a Stone Cold yarmulke on, and I'd watch it. I'd watch him Stone Cold a rabbi at a yarmulke. Mazel tov. All right, so let's get to our joke of the week. It's a really fun segment. Let's get the joke of the week. So our joke of the week is brought to you by Justin. I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name. Mirashani. I'm going to go
Mashasini.
Mashasini, that's it. He is an AFW competitor. He's from Boston, so that automatically makes him better than everybody else, except for me, because I am, of course, the original Boston Badass. But here's the joke of the week.
What did the shark say after he ate the clownfish? Jesus, tastes a little funny.
he says it with that deadpan sort of.
I know. That's what sold it. He just sold that joke. It was awesome.
I actually had to get him to re-say it with a laugh at the end.
Yeah.
He chuckled at the end. He was just like, what did the clownfish say to the devil?
Justin, brother, we love you, man. We absolutely love you. That joke was gold. That joke was gold, baby. Woo! That joke was gold. So now we got everything out of the way. Let's go ahead. We have a nice story, but let's get into the main event.
gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
All right, so this Wednesday night at the Worldwide FN Wrestling Worldwide Media Studios, me and Canada Dry, we're sitting back, we're drinking some Molson, we're eating some poutine, watching the Bret Hart anthology on DVD, and the phone rings.
Phone rings. I thought it was Hulk Hogan, but it wasn't.
It was not Hogan. We were like, geez, Hulk Hogan is trying to interrupt our Wednesday night Dynamite, but no. It was from Jacksonville, Florida, but it said caller ID unknown. And me and Kenta Dry looked at each other and we said, you know what, let's answer it. It's probably like, is your car warranty up? Do you want to extend it? Yada, yada, yada. But we answered it. And we put him on speaker and he goes, Kenta Dry, JFB, it's TK. We are on first name basis with Tony Khan. And he knows us. And he said, listen, guys, I don't know if you know this, but Jacksonville has the number 1 pick in the draft. And by God, I don't know if I have really enough time between, getting Double or Nothing ready, with getting ready for the draft. Our soccer season is almost over. What do you guys think about if you guys could book the AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling Super Show? And I was, at first I was
over the moon because,
yeah.
No one's more qualified than Canada Dry and the JFB to book AEW New Japan Forbidden Door. Nobody in the entire wrestling business can book a show like the dynamic duo.
Guys, the stories about, Vince calling Dusty to get a Dusty finish. Well, TK calls us every once in a while. He's like, I need a JAFP finish. And I said, you know what? We've given him some finishes. We're not going to take the credit because in all honesty, we got to pat ourselves on the back. We're humble. To say the least, everybody knows that Canada Dry and the JFB are probably the two most humble people.
Assistance from our friend Joseph Graham.
Yeah.
So he helped us well.
Yeah, he gives us help with the finishes. But we said, so Tony said, hey, can you guys do it? And I said, well, why don't we give you some choices and then you can pick from there. So he said, yeah, that's great. And we said, as long as we could do this on a podcast. And he's like, even better. And I said, all right, that's it. We're doing it. So me and Canada Dry, each of us came up with our own 10-match super show. And I got to say, between the two of us, he has a cornucopia, if you will, of ways to go. And so we flipped the coin backstage. As always, the JFB won the coin toss. I elected to receive and go first. And so we are going to book the show. Joseph Graham, you are more than a humble advisor, my friend. You are an intricate part of this whole entire effing wrestling world.
Jeez, our logo looks good on that backdrop, does it not?
No, I'm thinking I might Photoshop all the rest of that crap out and just keep it like that for us.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go with match 1 for me. I want to get the crowd into it. And so I decided to book a GTS match between Kenta and CM Punk. And for good reason. Both guys, Kenta started using the GTS before Punk. He's accused Punk of stealing it. He has made it known he wants to wrestle Punk at some point. So a go-to-sleep match. You have to hit the go-to-sleep before you can pin the opponent. They have to hit the GTS. So I'm going to book this, and I'm going to go with CM Punk. I think it would be awesome to have Punk go over Kenta. Who are you putting over on this match?
I got to go with Punk.
Yeah. Well, Punk marks, damn it. Well, Punk marks.
No Punk marks.
All right, so your first match, Mr. Canada Dry, starting out with something a little a little
Yeah,
levity.
I thought we wanted to add some fun into it.
Yeah.
And what a perfect place to debut Danhausen
Yeah.
at the Forbidden Door. Um, they're all just a bunch of goofballs, and it would be a fun match. Um, and what a place for Danhausen to get his first win.
Oh yeah. Hey, and I like it. I like that you brought some levity to it. I'm booking Danhausen as well. I think Danhausen goes over. Orange doesn't need the win, and I mean Toriano. I mean he's Toriano. I mean he's just kind of a big goofy bastard. But yeah, I like that. I'm going to go with Danhausen too. So next on my match, I decided I wanted title matches. Could Punk have the title for this match? I don't know if Punk's going to be the AEW Heavyweight Champion. I mean, it could be. I mean, they're building that match up, for sure. So, but my second match is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight, and I decided to go with El Desperado, this is a non-title match. El Desperado, he's the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, versus probably one of my favorite up-and-coming guys, and that is going to be Dante Martin. Dante is a freaking machine. The guy floats in the air. He's super quick.
That could be over the top beautiful.
Yeah, and booking this match was not hard for me. These are the two guys. This was the first match I actually put together when I was coming in with my 10. But I'm going to get the rub to Desperado over.
This might be a good match to start the show with.
I was thinking that too, but I decided I wanted something to really get the crowd into it, and this would do it, of course, as well. But if I'm booking this, I'm putting El Desperado over only because I have his mask. And I love Desperado. I've been a huge fan of Desperado since he was in CMLL and AAA when he was coming up through New Japan. Who are you taking, Mr. Canada Dry?
I think because you'll need to get some New Japan wins in there.
Yeah.
And there's no one better than Dante to put someone over because he's young and people understand it more when the younger guys lose. And he's still coming into his own, so it's okay if he loses.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to your second match. I'm excited about this match. Go for it, Canada Dry.
Well, I like that they kind of got the similar sort of styles.
Yeah.
They're both big, husky guys.
Yep.
And like Ishii is almost the Samoa Joe of New Japan.
Oh yeah, by a long
shot.
Yeah.
It's really like the what would you say, the multiverse kind of coming against each other, and just the same guy fighting each other.
Yeah. Who you gonna put over?
I'm going with Joe.
Yeah. I love this match. You're right. I mean, it's Doppelganger City. It's two guys that basically look like each other, beating the living hell out of each other. I'm gonna go Samoa Joe with a submission finish, with his rear naked chokehold. Keith Lee versus Ishii would be just as good. Me personally, any big guy versus Ishii is a solid match for sure. So we're gonna go to match number 3.
Who do we have? You picked Joe to win?
I picked Joe to win, yeah, with the rear naked choke. My next match, my match number 3, is the IWGP Tag Team, again, non-title match. United Empire, which is Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb, versus the House of Black, Brody King, and Malachi Black. I am going to actually put over House of Black. Nothing against United Empire, who are the champions. I love Jeff Cobb. I'm not a huge fan of Khan, but he's a great wrestler. He's a good wrestler. It's just not over with me. But House of Black, Brody King, and yeah, I'm going to take them with a pinfall and right near the time limit. Who are you going with, Canada Dry?
I hate to say House of Black because I want it to be more of a equal sided, but I'm going House of Black as well.
Yeah. I mean, this is good. This is a match that can basically bring down the roof. So let's go to your third match. This one got me tingly. It got me all tingly and excited. Holy crap! Introduce it, my friend.
Daniel Bryan, Zack Sabre Jr. We're going to see a really good match. And I'm going to say it's a time limit draw.
Ooh, time limit draw. I'm digging it. Oh, yeah. I gotta say this. Yeah, what stands New Japan aside from everybody else is the prowess of their technical wrestlers. And you have two of the most dynamic. You have a catch-on can wrestler with Bryan Danielson. You have a submission magician with Zack Sabre Jr.
This match would be beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a no limit draw as well. I can't really pick if I was forced to. If Tony Khan came to my house with a gun and said, "James, damn it, pick one," I'm going Bryan Danielson.
Those matches that went with the no limit draw, time limit draw with Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. They were beautiful. Like, even though no one won, they were still amazing. Both of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're beautiful matches because he's such a gifted wrestler. So let's go to your number. Daniel. Yeah, Daniels. Yeah, Daniel Smith said Danielson has too many ties. I agree. I mean, it's hard to book. It's hard to book someone consistently as a heavy favorite, and I think it puts Danielson on such an even level with everybody else that when he eventually does get the big win and wins a belt, it's going to mean that much more because of those so close calls, So you're number 3, which to me got me. It took my breath away. It took my breath away. Oh no, wait. Oh, that was your 3. Okay, my 4.
Yes.
So my 4th match. This is the only match that is actually for a belt. This is going to be for the IWGP US Championship, which is vacant, by the way. It's vacant. I'm going to have Daniel Garcia of the Jericho Appreciation Society, Bandito, and Shingo Takagi. And I am taking Shingo Takagi over the other two for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. Shoot, Mr. Canada Dry.
I really like that that ending. Garcia just needs to put on a show here, and he's capable of putting a show. And this will bring him to the next level. He doesn't need to win; he just needs to put on a show. And what's his name? Takagi.
Yeah, Takagi.
Yeah, he's gonna retain, but I think Garcia will open a lot of eyes in this match.
Yeah, it's the only belt that's vacant. And so for me, it made sense to get a Ring of Honor guy, an AEW guy, and a New Japan guy and figure out who's going to be the new holder of that belt. So let's go to your number 4. Holy cow. This is Tag Team Dream Match right here. Introduce it, Mr. Canada Dry.
FTR versus God. Wow. I think that this just adds to FTR's legacy, and may I add that a certain hitman is ringside for this, and he puts FTR over the top, and they cement their legacy as the greatest tag team of all time.
I'm digging it. Yeah, I mean, I love God. I'm a huge fan. I'm an even bigger fan now that they're no longer affiliated with Bullet Club.
Okay, for those who don't know what God stands for, what is it?
Gorillas of Destiny. Or Destruction, or I don't know. It's been changed so many times.
A lot of people don't know some of these New Japan stars, so this might be new for them.
Yeah, and the guy that's near the middle, Tama Tonga, he is actually Haku's adopted son, and And yeah, I mean, I think this cements FTR as being probably one of the great tag teams of all time. I'm going FTR with the win as well. Nothing against the God; they are freaking amazing, but I'm going with FTR on this one as well. So my number 5 match, I wanted to get something that got as many people into it as possible. And so I decided to go completely crazy. I am going with Red Dragon, Young Bucks, and Adam Cole versus Gallows and Anderson, Hikaru, Chris Bay, and Switchblade Jay White, a 5-on-5 tag match for match number 5. And I'm putting the New Japan guys over. Now, before the rest of you start sending me hate tweets and Facebook messages, I know Gallows and Anderson are in Impact, but their contract is actually up very soon. So there's a good chance they're going to go back to New Japan, or they might go to AEW, but they are Bullet Club. If you look on the official roster for Bullet Club, they are listed as Bullet Club America. Yeah, Bullet Club America, damn it. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Bullet Club America over the Red Dragon Elite, baby. Who are you picking?
Well, because I think New Japan needs this win to kind of even it out a bit. Yeah, I'm going to go with Bullet Club.
Yeah, Bullet Club for life. So let's go to your number 5. Man, this match scares the shit out of me.
We haven't seen Miro for a while, and how I would book this is it's not actually booked on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Suzuki comes out with a mic and with his broken English says, "I demand a challenger," and Miro comes out and they just slap the shit out of each other, and Miro barely gets the win.
Oh, that's beautiful, baby. That is so beautiful. That is a great way. He comes out, the crowd is singing, and then he goes ahead and gets that challenger, and Miro walks down with. And I think it'd be cool if he came down with CJ. I think that would be
that would be a good add to it, and it would be the return of Miro at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Oh, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. So let's get to my match 6. Who are you putting over in this match? Did you say
Miro?
Miro. I'm going Miro as well. Nothing against Suzuki, but he's at a time when he doesn't need to win. The put guys over is where he's at right now for the most part.
I did like that he was the original AEW Ring of Honor champion. I'm sorry, not the television champion. Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, that was beautiful. So let's go to my number 6, my 6th match, and that is going to be for the TNT Championship. Again, this is a non-title match, but I'm going with the AEW TNT Champion, Sammy Guevara versus Hiromu Takahashi from Los Ingobernables de Japón. I love Takahashi. He's just weird enough and so fringe and out there. He reminds you of a younger and probably is equally talented as Shinsuke Nakamura. I love Takahashi. I'm putting Takahashi over Sammy Guevara because I'm not liking Sammy as like this kind of heel. So I'm going with TK if you're listening live, which I know you are. Takahashi for the win. Who are you going with, Canada Dry?
So how I would book this match, just over the top heel hate for Sammy Guevara. He's just the smug, and Tay's heel as well. And Tay gets involved, but her involvement actually costs Sammy the match.
That's good. That's smart booking right there. That's good booking. As they were saying in the back, that there's good booking, yo. So your 6th match, let's get to it. You're talking about two of the greats. Introduce the Canada Dry.
Andrade Idolo. I don't know his first name, but Nato. Can you say his first name for me?
Oh, Tetsuya.
Tetsuya Nato. This should be a banger, as they say. And I'm going Andrade Idolo for the win in just a complete super show style match where they just go back and forth. They put on a show.
Yeah, I am a huge mark for Los Ingobernables. I love Tetsuya Naito. I'm picking Naito. I'm just picking him. I think overall, I think he's wrestling still probably better than 95% of the wrestlers in the world right now, and is not wrestling that much. I mean, he's just not wrestling. Tetsuya is not wrestling as much as he was a couple years ago. I don't know if it's injury, but Naito for sure is going on this one for me.
Well, I'm everyone's going Takahashi for Naito.
Yeah.
But I think Andrade needs it more.
Yeah. Andrade needs a big win, that's for sure. So my seventh, I wanted to get.
Oh, this is good. This would be a good one.
You have probably one of the great up and coming young talent in MJF. You have Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace, of New Japan Pro Wrestling. How could you not want to see the old guard versus the new guard? And here's how I'm gonna book this. I'm gonna do good booking here. Okay. So we're past the Wardlow feud or near the tail end of it. And it looks like the AEW is kind of pushing away from it, ignoring it, if you will, like Vince and WWE does with rivalries. And Tanahashi, it's Tanahashi, and MJF is taking him to the woodshed, and then out comes Wardlow, trips up Tanahashi. MJF falls to the ground. Tanahashi goes up to the top rope, high five flow, frog splash, pins him, and then air guitar supreme as Tanahashi and MJF celebrate, as Tanahashi and Wardlow celebrate their victory over the hated MJF. I'm going Tanahashi. MJF does not need wins or losses. It doesn't matter to him.
I like that booking.
Yeah.
I disagree with where we're going with that. MJF, he hits a low blow.
Yeah.
And Tanahashi kicks out.
Yeah.
And they wrestle for another 5 to 7 minutes. MJF then pulls out the ring from his tights, nails him in the head. MJF gets the win.
Okay, I can dig it. MJF. I mean, you can't go wrong either way. That's for sure.
If you get a heel cheating win, it still helps Tanahashi.
It does. It totally does, and it could set up some really matches down the line if the Forbidden Door stays open. So let's go with your number 7, your 7th match. Holy cow! I mean, I don't even know how you would book. I want to hear it. Introduce it and tell me how you're going to book this sucker, because
you had who did you have against El Desperado?
Good question. El Desperado. Oh, I had Dante Martin. Yeah, Dante Martin.
Okay, so I'm liking the Bastard to win this, but what I'd like to see is just some over the top stuff from El Desperado, and the Bastard just barely pulls off the win.
I would book this as not a high flyer, even though Pac has been doing a lot more ground and pound. And same with Desperado.
Pac can go up there and do those flips and shit.
Oh yeah, Desperado does too, but Desperado likes to pound the ground. He's got a lot of aggressive, powerful moves for a small guy. For a junior heavyweight. Um, that's how I would. That's how I would book it. I'd put Pac going, the bastard Pac going over El Desperado as well. Uh, only because we've seen Pac sporadically. Anytime he shows up, it's a huge pop. Why not go ahead and just give him the run, give him the rub on this one and let him win?
But you know what?
Desperado is
I would really, side note here, I
yeah.
would really like to see the bastard Pac as the TNT champion.
That would be cool.
I would like a
wouldn't mind
run.
seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing that run at
I'd like
all.
to see a TNT run for him.
Sweet. All right, so let's go to my numero 8, my 8th match on this card. The AEW tag team again. Not a non-title match. Jurassic Express versus God. In this one, it's easy for me. I'm not a huge Jurassic Express fan. Never have been. I don't know if I ever will be. I like Jungle Boy. I'm not so high on Luchasaurus, but I didn't like him when he was in Big Brother. I haven't liked him since. So I'm going to go God only because I love the Gorillas of Destiny. I have multiple of their shirts. I have their figures. They are awesome. I am a huge mark for Tama Tonga. I'm going with God and not in. This is, it's like a 10-minute match. I don't see it going very long because, in all honesty, if you watch Luchasaurus, he gets gassed pretty quick. He does not have good lungs. So I'm going God.
Okay, so here's how I'm booking this match.
Okay.
I'm booking God for the win.
Okay.
But I'm making Luchasaurus a heel, and he turns on Jungle Boy.
Ooh.
They just lost the tag titles. We're gonna book that just before this, and Luchasaurus he's pissed off, and he turns on Jungle Boy, and now we got a heel dinosaur on our hands.
Nothing is worse than a heel dinosaur. Let me tell you. I mean, a face dinosaur is kind of dangerous, but a heel dinosaur is twice.
Like he would be a legit monster as just this.
He would, yeah, he would, absolutely. So let's go to your number 7 or number 8. I mean, blah. How can you not? How do you come up with this? I think Tony's going to pick a lot of your matches over mine. Go ahead and introduce the match, my friend.
Oh man. So CM Punk versus Will Ospreay. This is a dream match.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who to pick here to win. Did we had Punk going over in the other one?
Oh yeah, we had Punk over Kenta. Yeah.
I think that maybe Punk does the job for Will Ospreay in a very, very entertaining match.
Yeah. I don't think there's a more dynamic, multifaceted wrestler wrestling today than there is with Will Ospreay. He's dealt with major injuries. You can just George Penning said we're going to turn Luchasaurus into Godzilla. Yeah, that's kind of what we want to do, and we're going to make it happen. And we're going to listen to everybody bitch and complain about it, and we're going to smile.
And we will claim responsibility.
Yeah, we'll claim responsibility for it. But there's not a guy wrestling that's more dynamic right now than Will Ospreay, and I don't think he's wrestling at 100% after his neck surgery. I think he's still trying to find that first big hit to take and him coming out okay before we see him wrestling at 100%. But I like Will Ospreay.
And I think Punk he can take a loss and still look good.
Yeah. I like Will Ospreay in this, and I'd book him over Punk just because I like Will Ospreay. I think
Joseph, we gave New Japan 2 wins in a row here.
Yeah. Everybody slow your roll. Okay, we're making this as equal as possible.
We're trying our best here.
Yeah, we're trying our best. Damn it! This is the reason why Tony Khan called us at the Worldwide Media Studios and not you guys, you bunch of slunkers.
That's a good point, Daniel. Either
And
or we
Dennis
could do
Smithson
that.
could
We
go
could
to a
easily
draw.
make this the draw and put Daniel Bryan over in the other one as well.
I don't know. It could go either way, to be honest. I'm gonna go with my number 9. Now we're getting into the nitty and the gritty, the 2 biggest belts in the world. The first one is going to be for the AEW World Championship, a non-title match, 60-minute time limit. Hangman Adam Page, the champion, versus Kota Ibushi, the challenger. And I am going to expose the broken chain in the armor of Hangman Page. I am actually going to put over Kota Ibushi. I know, boo and hiss from all of you AEW fights, but damn it. Name someone, anyone in wrestling today that has the persona and this godlike status from anywhere than Kota Ibushi. I dare you. I doubled and triple dare you. You can't do it. And this goes all 60 minutes. It's a last-second pin. Kota delivers the Komamaye, which is his knee to face, and he knocks out Adam Cole, and he goes for the pin.
Adam Page, not Adam Cole.
Adam Page. Sorry, not Adam Cole. So that's what I'm going with. Book it.
So I also have this match going 60 minutes. Not 60 minutes, but that's a long time.
That is a long time. 30 minutes, maybe. 30 minutes.
But at least 20 to 30.
Yeah.
But I think Hangman, this would put Hangman at another level.
Yeah. Oh,
If
yeah.
he got the rub from Ibushi. So just because you went Ibushi, I'm going to go with Page.
I figured you would. Tony Khan, if you're listening, there's an extra 50 in it for you. I know times are tough. So I'll slide an extra 50 if you make this happen and put Kota over. So, all right, let's go to your number 9, and that is going to be Kota, man. Holy cow. Introduce your match and book it, damn it.
So this is Hangman's first match since he lost to Hangman. So just like that, this is time limit ends after 30 minutes of just all out technical wrestling. They're putting on a show. Kota Ibushi's knee gets worked on through the whole match. And Hangman, oddly enough, he doesn't usually do this, but hits a submission on Kota's knee, and Kota taps, and Kenny gets the return victory to a crazy AEW pro crowd.
I'll say this. This is a great match, and I don't think, honestly, you can put one person hugely above the other when it comes to picking a winner. I think they're so dynamic together. They are former tag team partners. They are former rivals. I'm putting Kota Ibushi over Kenny Omega.
Even as Kenny's first match back?
Even as Kenny's first match back, yeah.
That's okay, because we're doing 50-50 booking on this.
Yeah, we're doing 50-50 booking at this point. Tony Khan, there's an extra 100 in you for this one as well. Kota Ibushi, I'm going to put over only because, Kenny's still, again, he's coming off of rehab for a massive knee injury. He hasn't wrestled. We don't know what kind of shape he's in. We don't know what kind of win he's got. I think he gives him a good match. I think it's there's a little gaga there for Kota to win. I don't think it's an outright win. I think there's some gaga that happens and Kota gets the win somehow. But yeah, I'm going to put Kota over Kenny Omega for this match. And let's come to our final 2 matches. my final match, match number 10, of course, is for the IWGP World Heavyweight Cody Rhodes Tattoo Championship belt. It will be Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada. I am going, of course, with the champion, Kazuchika Okada, and the Cody Rhodes Tattoo Face IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. If you were asked me to rank right now, and we gave yours away.
Oh, great.
If you were asking me to rank the top 5 wrestlers in wrestling today or in the last 5 years, my 2 through 5 would probably move and be fluid. My number 1 would always be the same, and it is Kazuchika Okada, for good reason. That man puts butts in seats. That man wins. And that ripcord clothesline, the Rainmaker, is freaking amazing. And as great as Bryan Danielson is, as much as I love Bryan Danielson, I've been a fan of his since his Ring of Honor days, you got to go with the champ on this one. So I'm going with Kazuchika Okada by pinfall from the Rainmaker. Go for it, Panda Dry. Give us your match prediction.
All right. So 50-50 booking is in session again.
Yeah.
Going with Bryan Danielson because I think he is the best wrestler in the world today. And I think the BCC get involved and they help Bryan Danielson get the win.
Okay. This is a tough match. This is a really tough match. So let's go to your number 10. Man, this is a great match. And I go ahead, introduce it, talk about it, pour some secret sauce on top of it.
Okay, so Jericho comes out as the Painmaker in full paint and everything. The crowd's going nuts. He tells the Jericho Appreciation Society to stay in the back, and for one night only, Jericho is a babyface, and he has the resurgence match of his life and squeaks out a victory over Switchblade. And he badly needed this win because Jericho's been a little dull.
Yeah.
And the next night on Dynamite, he tells the fans to F off again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna book pretty much the same as you. I like Jericho coming out as the Painmaker. I think they put on a really good match. Switchblade, I think, looks like he's going to get the win. And out of nowhere comes the Judas effect. And then the 1, 2, 3. I don't think it's a submission win. I think it's going to be a pinfall win for Jericho over Switchblade.
Jericho just needs something right now to kind of hang his hat on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he needs something big, and this would be one of the big wins. So there you have it. Tony Khan. I know you're watching live. What's up, Tony Khan?
See, we got 4 viewers. The 4th is him.
Yeah. So I mean, that's how we would book it. Now,
we got Chase.
Jay White over Jericho, hands down. Jay White is not a bad wrestler. I mean, I think his character is a little stale because it's really not changed too much over the last few years. It's basically been the same persona since he's come back to New Japan from his wrestling abroad overseas. So
he wrestled abroad.
He wrestled abroad.
Beat the broad.
Guy, you beat the broad.
Those are the dad jokes. Sorry, guys.
But that's how we have it. Yeah, I mean, who knows what the Super Show is? And I guarantee you, once the card comes out, we will, in fact, do a podcast episode about it. We will.
So I gotta say this.
Yeah.
You butchered the Kenny bit.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
We had to wait for him to wave.
So what happened was you were supposed to. Okay, let's just pretend you didn't butcher it. We're sorry, Kenny. We ran out of time with this whole forbidden door.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to bump you. We'll see you next
Okay.
week.
All right, we'll figure it out next week.
Yeah.
We'll get it right eventually. Some point we'll get it right.
We'll get the Kenny bit going eventually.
We'll get the Kenny bit going. Poor Kenny. So that's it. That is our episode 17. We booked the Super Show. As always, thank you for joining in live, watching us, commenting, interacting with us. We always appreciate it. You can find, well, here's the thing. We have a new shirt that's up on prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. There it is right there. Look at that beautiful son of a bitch. Holy Christopher Columbus. Get it in black or get it in black. I think that's the only color we have is black.
Yeah, so far. And I think it really only works in black. Maybe a gray. I don't know.
Gray might work too, but
I really like the black.
I mean, look at that beautiful shirt. So you can walk around the mall with the rest of your friends hanging out at the food court. Are there even malls anymore? I don't even know. That's how I touch I am.
Food courts are a ripoff. You know how much they bump the price off when you eat at the food court?
Oh my God, $5 for an egg roll. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. But yeah, if you want to impress your friends and your family, and you want to have a good conversation piece, George Penny, I'm getting mine this week as well. Go to prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling, where you can go ahead and get just another effing podcast, a Canada Dry shirt, or if you want to, you can go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis, and you can get that. That's right. The Adrian Adonis
other shirts in the works for Adrian. They're turning around in our brains as we go, and we got them on the computers.
Yeah,
we got a few on the go that we want to put out for Adrian. So, did you ship George his prize yet?
I'm glad you reminded me because no, I have not. George, I'm sending out your prize this week. I promise. It's been a real hectic week for me work-wise. So, but this week will be different. I will make sure that I ship it out to you pronto Monday. With my apologies. But hey, if you want to join in on our giveaway, if you go to prowrestlingtees.com, not Pro Wrestling Tees, let me try this again. If you want to enter into our giveaway, go to effingwrestling.com. That is our website. We have links to the giveaway page as well as all our social media. So if you want to interact with us, if you have
when you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that link that he's talking about, it's also on our Facebook gimmick. Are we gonna still be doing this for a while, or is just one more giveaway and then we're kind of calling it out?
No, I think we're going to do it for a while. We've been getting we're getting some decent response from it. So yeah, so I mean, go to effingwrestling.com, go down to the very bottom of the homepage. There's all our links to social media. You can find absolutely everything. I love you, George. Go to effingwrestling.com. Go to our homepage, go down to the bottom. It has all our links: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. It's got social media that you don't even know about, but they're Easter eggs. You have to hunt and find it. But there's a social media site that no one knows about, and we do, and we're on it. We're the first podcast in the world on it.
Not the Trump ones.
Yeah, not the Trump one. No, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to go on that website. Unless I have a serious brain injury and I forget who I am. Anyways, enough politics. effingwrestling.com. You can go to prowrestlingtees.com/effingwrestling, prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis. And it was funny. We were talking about the news of the Super Show, Brooke Hogan going, "Oh my God, why are there no wrestling unions?" And so I wonder if you got a text message or a phone call recently from the Hulkster.
So Hulk Hogan, he wanted to remind me that he he should be booked on the show
Yeah.
because he did an enziguri in Japan.
Ooh.
And I didn't believe him, so I got him to send a pic, and he
Yeah.
actually did an enziguri.
He did.
That really surprised me. But I said, sorry, Hulk Hogan, I'm not booking you. You're not even, you're like 82. You can't wrestle no more, Hogan. And so he hung up. And
Very
so
begrudging.
that is effing wrestling 777 Hulk Hogan 0 Canada Dry out.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on Twitter at All Effing Wrestling or at Effing Podcast. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Effing Wrestling. After that, why don't you go ahead and throw a T on your back? You can find us on the Pro Wrestling Tee store at prowrestlingtees.com/Effing Wrestling. You can find all of this at our new website, effingwrestling.com. And as always, have a great effing day.